For those of you booing us, some of us are not afraid. And we most assuredly are not ignorant. So, thank you.
They don't get it. They just don't get it. I guess it wasn't enough to have Bruce Springsteen. Hey, it's me, Brucey! I guess it wasn't enough to have Bruce Springsteen, who appears to be making the courageous transition to Caitlyn. Guess it wasn't enough to have Brucey lecturing arenas full of people about the dangers of the threat to democracy in the White House. Now, we have another collection of washed-up has-beens, or perhaps a collection of never-beens, and they are lecturing half-filled amphitheaters because there is not enough demand for them to book arenas or even the county fair, and they have the audacity to lecture their audience because their audience is proud to be American. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. The doofus in that clip was Chris Robinson. Now, Chrissy is the lead singer of a band called the Black Crowes. Uncle KC, who are the Black Crowes? I thought the Black Crowes were the birds flying around dropping fresh turds on my clean windshield. Yeah, the Black Crowes are definitely dropping fresh turds, but their turds are of the verbal variety, or as doctors at Woke Memorial Hospital prefer to call them, toxic mouth farts. I know the kids in Gen Z probably have no idea who these aging fossils are. Hell, before this clip was circulating this week, I had forgotten all about the Black Crowes. Now, to their credit, the Black Crowes were really popular 35, 40 years ago. Their debut album sold 5 million copies. Their sophomore album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, selling around 2 million copies. Their mainstream hits were hard to handle, which is a common phrase said by people with the misfortune of hearing this band perform live, but their song they're probably most known for is She Talks to Angels. Judging by the lack of attendance at their concerts, it's obvious the Black Crowes are talking to angels. Hell, they can't talk to people because no one is there. Recently, the Black Crowes have been on their Southern hospitality tour with something called Whiskey Myers. Uncle KC, who in the hell is Whiskey Myers? I really couldn't tell you. Initially, I thought it was the Black Crowes' private brand of whiskey, or moonshine, or their preferred brand of wiener. But as it turns out, Oscar Mayer is the opening act for their tour. Now, as you can see from this promotional photo, the band appears to be a collection of hippies and stoners who were stuck in the 1970s. One of their most popular songs is called Gasoline, which is what most people are looking for while listening to the song so they can set it on fire. Last weekend, the Black Crowes were performing in Tampa, Florida. Now, as you saw in the opening clip of this video, there were already plenty of empty seats before Chris Robinson filled the air with verbal ass gas. At one point, the Black Crowes' image appeared on the big screen. Now, as you can see, it's some doofus bird dressed as Uncle Sam. Not Toucan Sam, not Aunt Sam that used to be Uncle Sam. The crow was dressed as one of the primary symbols of America. Naturally, the crowd of patriotic Americans in Florida started chanting USA. I mean, this is Florida. This isn't the People's Republic of California, where USA chants are not only discouraged, repeated violations could get you deported, which would be a blessing for most Californians because they are looking to escape that toxic dump either way. But as the patriotic crowd was showing their love for America, Chris Robinson lost control of his symptoms of stage 4 OMB. Orange Man bad! My inside sources, they are telling me that Chris Robinson forgot to take his placebo. Once the crowd started chanting USA, poor Chris lost emotional control. Thanks for the geography lesson. What are you so proud of? Why are you so proud to be American? I hate this country! I hate you! Ah! Once the emotional meltdown began, the crowd started emulating a fiery Baptist preacher by getting the hell out of there. Hundreds of people were leaving as the Black Crowes were playing one of their most popular songs. And who in the hell can blame them? I know these tickets were cheap. For the small price of $167, you can literally sit front row and expose yourself to this fresh verbal pollution. But it doesn't matter how much people are paying to be there, whether it's $1, $100, $1,000. When you pay to see a show, when you pay to see a band, you're paying to see the band perform. You're not paying them to get behind the pulpit and lecture you on the dangers of patriotism. Earlier this week, Chris Robinson was asked why he caused a mass exodus at his own concert. There were already plenty of empty seats. Why would you do something that caused even more people to run away from this flaming ass fire? According to Chris Robinson, I will always respect our veterans, but I have to speak my mind. Why are we fighting? Why are we at war with Iran? What about the children? Oh, the children! It's all about the children! Chris Robinson also claimed that he does not have an agenda. Clearly, he doesn't know what agenda means. Chris Robinson obviously has an agenda. He's against the war, and he is lecturing anyone who is proud to be American. But what's even more interesting about this, several months ago, Chris Robinson was interviewed by something called Mojo Magazine. During the interview, he discussed the Black Crowes' stance of remaining low-key politically. I'm more interested in poetry and art. I don't tell anyone what to do because I don't like to be told what to do. Here we are a few months later, and Chris Robinson is telling people what not to do, which is to be proud of their country. I don't know about you guys, but I am tired of these doofus celebrities trying to lecture us. Last week, Donald Trump announced the lineup for Freedom 250. Now, for those that don't know, Freedom 250 is an event to celebrate America. Now, to his credit, Don Trump booked some real heavy hitters for this performance. Morris Day, Young MC, Martina McBride. Who, and who? Why are we booking unknowns to celebrate the most well-known country on earth? If the Trumper wanted to book anonymous faces, why didn't he select some of the anonymous faces in the WNBA? They're a hell of a lot cheaper, and they're also entertaining when they knock themselves unconscious by bricking layups off the bottom of the backboard. I'm sure you guys know by now that most of these artists, they pulled out of this event. They didn't want to deal with the backlash from the wanker spankers on social media. They didn't want to be associated with the Trumper. Ironically enough, one of the only acts that is honoring their commitment to celebrate America is arguably the most famous on that list of unknowns, Vanilla Ice. Now, who would have thought 35 years ago that one of the worst rappers, a gimmick rapper, a one-hit wonder, who would have thought that he would have the most sense. He would have the most patriotism. You know, historically, we as a country, we have been able to celebrate or separate politics from reality. Historically, we have been able to put politics aside to have a good time. Back in the 90s, Fleetwood Mac, U2, Aretha Franklin performed for Bill Clinton. Now, guess who else performed for Billy? Just take a wild guess. Uncle KC, was it Monica Lewinsky? I heard Mo is a great performer. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I want to say Bill Clinton testified in front of Congress and gave Mo Lewinsky a 5-star review for her performance. But I'm talking about musical performers. I'm talking about people who use their oral skills a bit differently. In the 90s, Bruce Springsteen performed at the White House. During the Bush administration in the 2000s, Stevie Wonder, Elton John. During the Obama administration, damn near everyone performed for Barry. Hell, Hollywood was begging to go to the White House to worship their Lord and risen King. A couple of years ago, the Foo Fighters, they tried to keep our former fearless leader Johnny B. Biden awake with a very loud rock performance. There was no backlash. Normal people didn't boycott these bands. But all of a sudden, performing at the White House, celebrating America, is no bueno. The disease of politics has infected every aspect of American culture. People are constantly looking to be offended. They are looking to express their fake outrage. Instead of artists being known for classic hits, they're known for their political affiliations. I can't listen to his music. He's MAGA. Ew! Comedians are no longer allowed to tell jokes. For weeks, Kevin Hart has been criticized for not stopping comedians for telling jokes. Now, he was the one being roasted, and he's being criticized for not stopping his own roast. Reality shows, which used to be fearless, reality shows used to take risk. It was the definition of trash TV. Most networks, they are no longer willing to take those risks because lonely men and women who used to be men constantly whine about it. I can't watch this show anymore. There are too many microaggressions. My two-spirit is conflicted. It's way too emotional. Then those same people wonder. They wonder why we no longer have good TV. We don't have good TV because your dumbass won't stop whining about it. But anyway, sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.